Good evening, my dear students. Today you will be discussing about difference between the void agreement and void contract. So, so I'll be giving a detailed explanation about the void agreement and the void contract. And next slide. So the void agreement is void ab initio in sense it is null since it formed. So when it formed or created, it is null. But on other hand, when it is the time of creation, it is valid, but eventually it becomes void due to circumstances which beyond which are beyond the control of the parties concerned. When the parties are beyond concerned, it will come as void. So it is known as void contract. Infinite it can be tested. Void agreement is always invalid. If we talk about the void contract, it is one that it is enforceable in the beginning, but eventually lacks is due to changes in government policies of some either, and it is unenforceable in beginning, but eventually it is due to changes government policies or some other rest. So here we are going to having a depth discussion on the difference between void agreement and void contract. So let's get started. Void agreement refers an agreement which per law unenforceable and has no legal consequences. Agreement which is per unenforceable and which has no legal consequences is known as void agreement. Implies a valid contract cease to be enforceable by law becomes a void contract when it is lack enforceability. At beginning it will be enforceable by law, cease to be enforceable by law, but it lacks enforceability is known as void contract. Void it is void from beginning. It is valid at beginning. Later it becomes void. And now we'll be reading about the period of validity. Period of validity is never, actually it's never valid. That is void agreement. It is valid, but till does not cease to be enforceable. Then it is due to absence of one or more essential, due to impossibility of performance. One or more essential, it becomes void due to the impossibility of performance. Restitution, in general, restitution is not allowed. However, the court may